that was in the Los Angeles Times. But then a week later, it was syndicated and it was national. And we didn't expect it. And we were all of a sudden, a week later, we were getting all these calls and all this information, and people were interested in the first story. And we're like, how did so many people hear about it? And it was because it was syndicated to their other outlets. We didn't know. It was a surprise to us. But one little story turned into a much bigger story because of that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's when you have connection in a little story, it can turn into something bigger. And I think
It has
that's
to be interesting enough that people want to read it and hear about it, right?
read it, hear about, share it.
Yes.
Read it, hear it, share it. And that goes back to even the social media posts. Of the social media posts, just like PR, it needs to be shareable. You want it to be shareable because that's how you get more eyes on you. So with PR, how do you get more PR? How do you get more opportunities for PR? It is from having passion for what you do, absolutely, and from learning and from being different, setting yourself apart, and being excited to set yourself apart, being excited to do new things, being excited to guide your clients, being excited to support your business that's around you, support your community around you. That's what we talk about from day one of the very first challenge about being a community leader as an event planner. If you set yourself apart by being a community leader as an event planner, and that doesn't mean being the mayor or on your town's council, which if you do that as well, that's awesome and kudos to you, but it means what can you do to be that good Samaritan in your community? How can you support it? So whether it's in the local schools or in the different groups that are around that need your support, how are you giving attention there and giving back that you can connect to as well? And they'll support.
I was going to say that was one of the things that we talked about when we had the topic about the restaurant with Natalia, was she was showing us how we could work with local restaurants and now not only come in and collaborate, but actually maybe help be part of saving the industry and helping our favorite restaurants stay in town. Is how do we go in and rally around them, make it about them instead of us, and then we can elevate with them and it's even more fun. Mm-hmm. As soon as you put that attention on someone else, it blossoms in a different way.
It does. And it's also opening yourself up, as it's taken me a lot of time that I know some of you might not believe me, but it truly has taken me a lot of time to open up, to be vulnerable, to be okay of, whatever you want to judge, you judge, share my successes, share my triumphs. When you open up and you allow yourself to be vulnerable, that's what I was talking about. If you make a mistake with a client, you own it. You own it, you figure out how to make it better. You don't sweep it under the rug. It just helps so much more, and it's a snowballing effect because the more you do it, then the more confidence you build. The more confidence you build, the more opportunities you see, the more opportunities you're willing to take on, the more opportunities you're willing to say yes to, and the more opportunities you're also willing to say no to because that does not look right for me. Which that's the other big one sometimes too, of also do remember, we want to say yes to lots of stuff because lots of stuff sounds great, but do process it and make sure that you are saying no to the things that your gut's telling you no. Because your gut typically is pretty good and pretty spot on with most things. So listen to it, trust it, celebrate it, and let it help you grow. That's been the whole time since March. Don't let this lockdown, don't let the current state of business lock you down. Let it open something else up new for you. Let it open up a new way of thinking, a new way of being, a new way of operating. Let this be a time where you go and you see, what have I not liked? And really think about that. Think about what was the struggle, or what was something that was always something that was frustrating me or bothering me? What was something that I thought could have been done better? Let this be a time that you work on those things and truly create action plans around those. And that's something that we look forward to really building in on the mentorship program side of it. And Lee and I will build that into our Get Started program as well, is accountability and having accountability partners. That's what I love about networks too, and creating these networks of people that believe in you is when you create a network of people that believe in you, no matter how big or small it might be, you can have a built-in accountability partner. So if you have your eyes set on a vision, you have your eyes set on a goal, these are the people that no matter how vulnerable you feel at times or how unsupported you might feel at times, these are your core. That if you feel that unsupport or you feel that vulnerability, you can go to them and they can help you.
Absolutely. And that's so valuable, especially in these times when we're trying new things. It's kind of like having our guinea pigs right there to be like, hey, I want to test this idea or this concept. Will you give me real, honest feedback? And the thing is, we're in a safe place that we can do that. We can absolutely do that. And we do that for each other. And that's how a lot of these ideas were born. I mean, even the Get Started package was born because people asked us to make sure that we could give them these things, to make sure that they have accountability. And what I love is, Joey, you showed up and you're like, okay, let's make this available because I want to share it. And I love that we put it in as a bonus this time, because then it's a no-brainer. Not only do they get to work with David, which is magical, but you and I are showing up to make sure that they have what they need to get started, and the support and the feedback and being real together. So
that's what we're calling it, a Kickstart program.
Yep.
You know,
you have to get started somewhere. And if we have to kick you in the butt, we will. That's just really,
we'll smile at least.
But I know we've had to do that for each other too, for all kinds of things. Part of me coming to Santa Monica was just watching how you guys set up the stage, how you ordered special chairs for everyone in the audience. It wasn't a traditional chair you would get in a regular hotel room. You elevated it and you were like, nope, we want everyone to be comfortable. And we all got these unique, really special chairs. And it was a topic of conversation for like the first half hour. Is everyone in the room couldn't believe how comfortable we were when we knew we had 3 days together, sitting classroom style. And we thought, we've never been in any other classroom that felt this good. And that's what I learned about David and you, is you're not going to be like anyone else. You are in a class by yourself. And it inspires me. And I know it's inspired a lot of people in this community, because they've sent me messages. They've shown me pictures. We see them making their backgrounds even better. I don't know if you've noticed, but in this VIP room, we have flowers in the background for some people. People have put on makeup differently. They've shown up because they know you're going to see them. And what you did was you taught them, I do see you. When you're in the room, be ready to do business. And several people talked about today how they've leveled up because of you and David inspiring them and giving them a get real moment. Like, hey, people are looking in your living room. They're judging you. Make sure it's in a good way for your business. Make sure that they know you're the event planner for them, because of the background that you have is one of the indicators. And that you can take it back to those tiny little nuggets is the absolute genius that you bring to the table. Those 200 plus coaching hours that you've invested in, your time and energy, is paying off for spades for David and his business. Why not for all of us at the same time? So thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. You're welcome. And it is my pleasure, because I hope one thing that you also get out of this is that when you inspire others, hopefully you're also being inspired. And you're probably hopefully being inspired 10 times more than what you're inspiring others. It's a beautiful gift back that comes. So I think the more that you figure out how to align what you're doing, align what your vision is, the better. The more that you connect with your passion for it, and in your conversations that you're having, the more you connect with the person or people that you're speaking to, the stronger your relationships get and the more fun you have. And the more fun you have, the more you want to do it. The less you run from it, the more you want to open up to it, the less vulnerable you feel from it, and the more support you feel by it. So I think that's what it really is about. It's about just not being scared to take that first step, not even being scared to take that first step if you can't see it. Because that first step, think about it, you're only stepping 8 inches. What's going to happen if you don't actually land on that first step that you tried to step on? You might just stumble a little bit, but chances are, even if you stumble, you're not going to fall because you're going to catch yourself. So what really is even taking that first step that you can't see? What's the real risk there? You're going to catch yourself. So we all are bad about it. Every single one about it, me included. David included, we're all so bad about it at times where we'll hold ourselves back from our greatness. We'll hold ourselves back from what's possible because we're either scared to see what's next. We're scared to, what if I fail? And it always sounds so simple, that whole, what if I fail? What if I fly? And we never really think about it that, well, even if you don't fly, you're probably not going to you're going to stumble. You can catch yourself. Or somebody, if you built your support network, is going to be there to catch you. Or is going to be there to help clean off your bruise if you fell too hard. You're going to be okay. But you're not going to be okay if you just sit and curl into the ball. So right now, you use your time that you have and you figure out, what can I do? And what do I want to do? What do I want to do with the rest of this year? Because it's only September 2nd. So there still is 2020 left. And don't look at it of, oh, it's 2020. I hate 2020. Just let this year end. No, there's still time left in this year. Figure out good use of this time. And then you have 2021. Plan for it. What do you want 2021 to look like? What do you want to come out of it with? Plan for it. And create the action steps needed to reach that plan. And then be open enough and be agile enough to adapt and do the dance and change as needed. Lee and I, we're gonna jump into adaptability probably a whole lot more during this Kickstart, because I absolutely love the topic of adaptability and adapting with change and adapting with time. And I think
we have our trend report. We have our trend report being put together for us right now. They're in the process of launching their movie right now, the adaptability group. So as soon as they're done with launching the movie, they will come back to us. And I'll share links for that movie as well, because I know everyone in this group that got to spend time with Ross and learning the adaptability and taking the assessment. It would be fun for you guys to see his movie now, because it's extraordinary. Like, it's amazing there's a movie about him, right? But Joey, you and I learned a lot in that adaptability, even about us, but that we have a trend report that we can bring to the group later is really exciting to me. And I'm glad you asked for that. You are the one that asked for that.
Yeah. The adaptability trend report that we have that's going to come to us, that we're going to be able to share together, has benchmarks for all of us to then be able to see where we fit on the adaptability scale and what our areas of opportunity are, and then what the industry's areas of opportunity are. And that will also shine some great lights on, ooh, there's an opportunity to do this, or an opportunity to do that, or here's a great area to learn some more in.
I recommend to everyone to still take that adaptability assessment. And Arby and Skippy, would you guys please make sure we post it in both links that people can still take that? Because they're working on the movie, I know that they are gonna wrap up that report for us after. So anyone who gets in there wants to take the assessment, I think it would be great for you to learn for yourself. Joey and I learned so much, but then also we can make sure you're included in the trends report as well. So I know we're doing a lot of cool things, and we've opened their eyes to so many things to think about. I think what happened is, before they thought they had 5 things to do to run their business, now they feel they have 50 or 500, but it's only the 1 or 2 things you can do right now that are important. What are the first things you're going to do right now? And that's what the clarity of the group is, and working together is figuring out what's the first step to take that makes the biggest difference. Like you say, Joey, the low hanging fruit, right? When you're doing public relations, talk to your local media. Let them know you're mentoring with David. Let them know this is interesting to them. Let them know a case that comes up, or an event that you're celebrating, or some sort of milestone. Maybe you publish a book. Maybe you have a collaboration you want to announce. But Joey says, go to the low-hanging fruit first. So think about that, and all the things that you've learned. What are the 1 or 2 things that maybe only take a few minutes that you can implement now? Some of you might want to get new business cards based on what we talked about even today. Look up where to get them. Vistaprint is one of them. There's different places. Moo.com is my favorite, moo.com, because they have very thick, really nice paper, and you can do things on the front and the back. And I wouldn't make it coded, because I'd make it so that you can write on it. But these are some of the things that we talked about that you could do right now. You could take 10 minutes, look up moo.com, and maybe up level your business card, or order a business card for one of your team members so they feel more included. But we're going to always come through with these ideas. I mean, Joey and I are overflowing with ideas. He's doing it all the time for David. I have a PR and marketing company. And what we're doing is we're going to consistently bring you these ideas. And on top of it, some accountability about implementing it, working with that other people in the community and seeing what works best and elevating each other, collaborating. The reason we brought mentorwithdavid.com is it's timely because right now we're all in reinvention. It's necessary because right now we need someone to guide us through this. And why not have it be the person with the biggest vision and 200 TV shows where he's had experience, more than 200, and he's got a future bigger and brighter than ever. So that's the person I want to learn from. And Joey, you're behind the scenes. You're doing the chief operating officer things. You're doing the financial officer. You're keeping the team in place. You're talking with my team. And what I love is that you're sharing the know-how with us, not just, how to be in front of the camera, but you're saying, here's how to prepare before you get the opportunity to be in front of the camera. Here's how you practice. Here's those step-by-step things. And I think that's one of the things that's blowing everyone's mind is that the two of you showed up every single day prepared. It was obviously you practiced and thought about what you were going to talk about. You had checklists. And even today you recapped all 5 of those checklists because you care about this community, because you care about the learning. And I think that is the most valuable piece is you and David actually shared your hearts with us. And nobody expected that. A lot of people are like, really, is this really true? And what I love to say is, yes, it's really true.
It is. Yes, it is. Thank you, Lee. So as we wrap up today in this session for right here, we'll see everyone again on Saturday for homework, but between now and then, talking about accountability. You're gonna get your homework done, so you're on the graduation call first off. But here's one more thing to throw on top of it. When we're on that call on Saturday, I'd love to see that you come prepared to just share, and whether you're sharing in chat or whether we'll actually get to talk to you in person, either way, I'd love for you to share what are your next steps in marketing? What are you doing with this challenge? And what are you going to be executing right now over the next 30, 60, and 90 days? And then what are some of your plans to take into 2021? So it doesn't have to be a big in-depth thing. It can be 4 or 5 bullet points. But my accountability ask it to you that you have invested these 5 days in a marketing challenge. Now create 5 action points. And I hope you'll at some point create a lot more than 5, but create 5 action points of what you're going to do to implement right now and over these next 30, 60, 90 days for you and for your business to grow and to thrive and to just inspire us all, inspire this whole community, because every time you succeed and you share your success with this community, you inspire somebody else. So that's the other big key about sharing in the community is you share and you're going to inspire with others, and you're going to help somebody that might be still a little hesitant of that first step see that yes, they can take it, and yes, it will be okay. And you know what? Please also be open and vulnerable that if you did try to take that first step and it didn't go out so well, you stumbled a little bit, it's okay to be vulnerable with this group. We'll support you. We are here to support you. Share that too. And we'll figure out how to make that next time you go out for that first step a little better and a better experience, and that you'll hit it and you'll run with it. So share the successes, share the triumphs, and let's celebrate them. Share the vulnerabilities too, and we'll get through them as well.
I love that. And I think that we are just on this journey together. And this is one of the first steps. And that you made it so important to put it on your calendar for David and for you just really shows how much you care about this community. And I'm so grateful. And for everyone who's showing up for our next class, we are going to have 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. We are going to have a master class around messenger bots inside of Facebook. So I'd love to see you guys here. And then Saturday morning, we're having Scott Donnell back as an encore presentation where he's going to talk about myfirstsale.com and how he is inspiring the next generation of entrepreneurs. And our deadlines that you need to know is, yes, tonight at midnight is the hard deadline for you to get all of your homework assignments in. You do not have to resubmit them if you already submitted them, but Tori is working hard behind the scenes to plan a fantastic and fun graduation for all of you. Joey and David will be here hosting it. And what I say is, you know what, on your top 5 things you can do between now and Saturday, up-level your background. Make it really nice for graduation. Make it festive and fun. Make it fun when you show up at graduation that we get to celebrate you. That's one little thing to do. Practice that. All of the graduates are going to be invited inside the Zoom VIP room that day. Skippy is making it so all of us can be in Zoom together. So David and Joey can see you guys on camera. I know there's more than 200 graduates on the list so far. I'm afraid to ask Tori how much it's growing today, but we want to have room for you on the Zoom call so David and Joey can see all of you. So I recommend up-leveling your background. Make it fun. Look at Melissa Banks. Look how she shows up. Look how the other people in the community have up-leveled. And that's just one small way to build your confidence, but also low-hanging fruit, something you could just do right now that can make a big difference. And Joey, is there anything else that you want to share? I know that this has tickled you and your girls have shared you with us so much, and it's just beyond belief that we've been able to do this together. But I just want to ask you, is there anything else you want to say from your heart or that you're thinking?
My final thing is my most important thing to share of thank you. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for being on this journey with us. That's it. That's the last final share of it's thank you and my gratitude for you and my excitement for us to continue on this journey. So.
Yay. I love it. Okay. Well, it has been so much fun. And I will say I'm a big winner because I got to talk to David and Joey almost every single day for the last 3 months. At least every week we were touching base even in between because we're so excited about this group. And Joey and I will give you more information later about the Get Started package. Some of it we've done some surveys and asked some people what they want to see. So we're absolutely customizing it to what you need right now. And then Larissa is here as your guide inside the Event Planners Association to make sure that we're making it easy enough for you to join in the fun. So Joey, again, we're going to sign off today, but in gratitude and in awe of you and David, and definitely give those give the girls big hugs from us because we appreciate them sharing you as well. And we'll see you Saturday at 5 o'clock. If you want to come to any of the classes in between, though, you're always invited. We love you here.
Perfect. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. I can't wait to see you on Saturday and make your action plans. And again, thank you.
Yay.
Thank you.
Now, Skippy, I think you're going to let us sign off of Facebook now, but we'll still go in the VIP room for a few minutes to make sure that everyone is seen and heard. And we just want to check in. But for everyone out there in Facebook, we are so happy you joined us. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for being on this ride with us. And also, you inspire us. We read your comments. We see your Get Bravo videos, and the entire team is energized and taking it to the next level because of your feedback, because of your insights, and because of what you've reflected back to us. So Skippy, I want to say thank you so much for driving the train for us, for being 100% reliable, for being there early, for making things happen. You've just been such a rock star for us. And also Tori for learning, and Narina for sharing, and everyone in the team and all of you. I say thank you so much, and we'll see you later. And VIP, stick around. We'll check in with you. So Skippy, you're up. Go ahead and take us out, and we'll see you later.